Y'all, welcome back to another great episode of Late Night Podcast with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Holly.
And I'm your host, Bridget.
So, Bridget, let's tell them, what are we going to be talking about on tonight's podcast?
It's to tell the truth. And I'm going to ask you questions, and you're going to ask me questions, and we have to tell each other the truth. Before we get started with that, though, we're going to ask you, if you have not yet done it, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you can get more great podcasts just like these.
Exactly. And y'all want to stick around for this podcast because when I tell you, we've got some good questions to ask one another. And again, like she said, we asked, you got to answer the question 100% truthfully. Which is
I'm a
what
little
me and
nervous.
Bridget are. I will have to say, me and her
Now,
are
wait a
very
minute. Do we
truthful.
have to answer our own questions too?
Um, well, we don't have to, but also I will say, in this episode, I don't know what question it's going to be because I don't know what she's asking me. She doesn't know what I'm asking her. But we get one, only one, I plead the fifth question. So use it
Oh,
wisely.
okay.
Use it wisely. And then
Okay.
again, yeah, we may not. We may not use it. You have to stay tuned to see if either one of us plead the fifth. So, Bridget, I brought us in. I'm going to let you start off the first truth question.
All right. Let me say. I'm going to go hardcore.
Oh,
Ready?
okay.
Is there any of Jay's family or friends that you would like to kiss?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Now,
Okay.
he's got a couple of cousins that I think, well, one particular cousin that I think is attractive. He's a very good looking man. But I don't think about kissing him or nothing. No.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Um,
All right.
okay, let's
Well,
see.
damn, y'all. I was trying to get juicy
You
just
was
in
like, I'm
time.
trying to get something juicy from her. Okay. Let's see
That
if
was
I can
Jay's
find.
question, by the way.
I knew it. I knew it. He said he was going to talk to you before this podcast. I just knew it.
I'm just kidding.
Um.
It's not. It's not.
Okay. Let's see. I might not have any as juicy as you. As that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. And I would love to see what people in the comments say about this if they're going to be truthful. Do you pee in the shower?
Yes.
Okay, okay. You know, a lot of
That
people's
didn't
like,
take me long to answer.
oh,
I'm going to tell you something. I'm an open damn book. Not only do I pee in the shower, I will pee in the pool and I will pee in the ocean.
you know, and so everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe that you pee when you take a shower. Why not? You washing your body. It's just pee. It's just pee, people. Come on. You know, I'm sure you've peed
Yeah, you
yourself
invite me
before.
over to your house and you let me swim in your pool, I'm gonna pee in your pool. I'm just gonna tell you.
You know that some people get this stuff, and when they do it and not tell people, but they'll put this chemical in their pool, and if people pee in it, it turns the water blue. So I've never had that happen to me, but I've seen that happen to some people, and you just see this cloud of blue, dark blue around them, and you know you just pissed in their pool.
Okay, now listen. Go Google that, because whoever's telling you that, it's a myth. Because when I was looking to buy a pool, I asked the pool lady and she laughed. She said there's no such a product. And when I Googled it, there's no such a product. So don't worry, honey. Go ahead and pee in them pools. You ain't gonna
Oh,
get
so that
caught.
was fake. That was
That was
fake.
fake.
Because now when I seen it, it was
Yep.
on a movie. Now it was on a movie. I just assumed that it was true.
No, they probably did some food coloring and squirted it out and made you think that that's what
Wow.
happened.
Okay. I did.
Mm,
That's good to know. That makes me feel dumb, but okay. So that's not true. I learn something new
nope,
every day
not
with
true.
you.
Yeah, yeah, you do. I'm a good teacher, ain't I?
Yes.
So let's see. Have you ever searched for one of your exes on social media?
Yes.
What about recently?
No. Not recently. This was
So when's the
all
last time? When's the last time?
last time. Last time. Oh my God. Honestly, has literally been years and years ago. I could say probably a good. Oh my God. I'm trying to think because I pretty much know where my exes are, what's happened to them and stuff. So I could probably say it's been more than like 10. 12, 13 years. It's
Oh,
been,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
a long time. Um,
Most of my exes are dead, so I don't have to.
one of my exes is dead. One of my exes is in Canada, and the other one I know where he's at for a specific reason. Not that I, be willingly want to know, but yeah. And they're probably watching this
Got you.
podcast, but it's okay. Um, okay. If a genie granted you three wishes, what would you ask for and why?
Is there any rules to this?
No.
So I can say I want three more wishes?
Well, no. You can only no because it said you can. They can only grant you three wishes. So, only three
Okay.
wishes and why?
Okay. Um, my first wish would be that me and my son's relationship could be mended.
Oh,
Okay. My second wish would be to have a couple $1 billion because money fixes everything,
just a
right? I'm
couple
just kidding.
billion. Just a couple billion.
Yeah, just a couple bit, 2 billion. I just want 2 billion. Okay. And then my third wish would be that I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm just going to group it in there. Is that my children and Ruger could live forever?
Oh, that's sweet. Though
Hmm.
those are good
My baby.
wishes. Those are good
Yeah,
wishes.
I just want something monetary on that one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's honestly that's a good one. That that's good. Good wishes in my opinion.
What would you wish for?
What would I wish for?
Yeah.
Um, I would wish my first wish would be to have my mom and daddy back and them not be passed away. My second wish would be not necessarily to have like billions of dollars, but to just have money. Like I kind of would like to, have like at least like a couple of million where I can live comfortably, pay my bills, get things that I want, splurge if I want to. And then my third one would be for there to be no death and we just all are 30 years old. And we never
That's
die.
a that's heaven. You're just wishing for heaven, honey. Just heaven. You wishing for heaven.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true. But yeah, that's my three. That's my three wishes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Those are good. Okay, how about it's oh, you just asked me that one.
It's your
Okay, I
turn.
cheated and asked your question back. Um what is one thing you hate people knowing about you?
Oh, um, one thing that I hate people knowing about me.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think I really have anything. 'Cause I'm such a open book.
But like in other
I
words, is there anything your friends and family know that if they got ready to tell a new person, you'd be like, God, don't tell that?
no, honestly, no.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that I wish nobody knew. But again, because like I said, I'm such an open book, and I mean, there's a story I'll tell you in a little while. Now that we're so close in your family, I shall share this story with you, but not on podcast, not yet, anyway. But no, I'm an open book, so there's nothing that I wouldn't want anybody to repeat about me. What about you? Is there anything that you have?
Mm,
Because you're
no,
you're
because
like
I'm
me.
like
You're an
you.
open book too.
Yeah, I'm an open book. I mean, I don't like the fact that me and my son are estranged, and I feel like when people find that out, I think that they judge either me or him. You know what I'm saying? They're like
Yeah,
some people are going to judge him, and they're going to say, "Well, he's not a good son," and that would make me mad. And he's da 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 da. And then some people's going to look at me and say, "Well, you're not a good mom." So I think
you're
when
gonna
you
be
have
like,
a
well, what
strained
did you
relationship
do?
like that, yeah, what'd you do?
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and so I think probably, and not that I care for people to know that. Just I think that's the one thing that hurts me the most for people to know.
Because they're
But yeah.
so judgmental. And they don't know the
Mhm.
truth about the story. They don't know exactly what happened, so they're just going to jump to conclusions and be like, "Oh, she so done something to her son," or they're going to be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
what did he do, to his mom?" So, and people don't need to do that. I can't stand that about people when they sit there and find out something that's going on in somebody's life and they just speculate. Get your facts before you start coming up with rumors and lies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like
That's how I
even if
feel.
if somebody was cheating or somebody people you hear something in relationships people do they jump to conclusions.
Yeah, they do, and it's really, really
Mhm.
sad. Um, oh, I've got a good one right here. Okay, let's see. When was the last time that you told a lie?
That was on one of mine.
Was it? I mean,
Mhm.
GMTA. Great minds think alike.
The last time I told a lie. Uh oh, coming home from our vacation on Saturday.
Really? Do you care
Hmm.
to elaborate? I could,
Oh, you just asked me
I
when the
had
last time
to.
I told one. You didn't ask me what it was.
Well,
Okay, so
but
what
I
it
said, did
was
you
was
care to elaborate? So don't waste your
yeah, I'll
plead the
tell.
fifth because you can
Yeah,
choose to entertain us with what happened or not.
I will tell. So what happened was when we was coming home from the Florida vacation, I had a hotel room booked because we was going to spend the night in the hotel room that night.
Right.
Well, I told several lies in that same story. So what happened was when we realized that morning that we were going to just travel straight on through, I looked on my choice app and I realized that my window of cancellation had closed because you had to cancel within 24 hours or before 24 hours. I was like, shit. So I called the hotel and I told them, look, I need to cancel this. I tried to call twice yesterday and nobody answered. And so can you cancel it? Which I didn't. That was a lie. And she said, well, no, we can't do that. You'll have to call the corporate office. So I called the corporate office and I lied again. And then when corporate office said, well, why do you need to cancel? I said, because we extended our vacation. Lie number two. And then they said, okay. And then I said, if you'll just switch it to another day, we'll come then. Lie number three.
Oh
And so
God.
then they was like, okay. So then they switched me around. They kept going back to the girl that claimed she couldn't do it and couldn't cancel it. And they were asking her for a confirmation number to cancel. And she was telling them, no, that's not our policies. And then they come back. Anyhow, they switched me all back to her. And then I jumped her shit and said, so you sent me on that 25-minute, you know, chicken run and you could have canceled this all along. And she's like, no, I couldn't have. Well, that was her lie. And then she said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and just change the reservation to Monday. And I said, okay, that's great. And she said, and I said, we'll be there then. Lie number four. Okay. And then when she switched it to Monday, I waited till she was off her shift that night and I canceled the reservation because it was more than 24 hours out.
Oh God. But that's a good lie. And that's saving you some money because those people did not want to cancel your reservation.
That was four lies right there in a row.
But it was worth it. It was worth it. And now they're gonna watch this podcast and they're gonna be like, well, she scammed us hardcore.
Let that bitch try to cancel next year movie.
Right?
We ain't gonna do it. How funny.
Oh God.
Um, ready? What is a secret that you've never told anyone?
Oh, got a secret? Dang,
Hmm.
again with I'm pretty much an open book.
Oh, we all got secrets.
God.
Get up, go in there to the closet, open that bitch up, drag out a skeleton, and put it right here on this podcast because we want to know. Okay.
God, I cannot think. Honestly, I cannot think of anything. Nothing is coming to my mind. I cannot think of a secret that nobody knows. But again, that's one of my downfalls too. Is I can keep people's secrets, but I can't keep my secrets. And I don't know why I feel the need to tell every single thing. And some people will look at that and think that, that's horrible that you do that. But I think because I thrive so much on being honest and thrive so much on not having secrets because of how people around me, how things have fallen apart for them when it comes to stuff like that. I think that's
Yeah,
why I am that way. Because I really,
gotcha.
really can't think of anything that is a deep dark secret that nobody knows about me.
I'm really trying to make this podcast juicy, and you killing me, Smalls.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The juicy questions I don't think are good for probably me. And I'm not a
Damn.
saint. Don't get me wrong. I definitely am not a saint. I've done some fucked up shit, that I regret and
Well,
stuff like
give
that.
us
But
one. Give us
um,
one.
God, I don't know if I want to put that on the podcast.
So
I
you do have a secret.
Well, not really a secret, but I mean it's one I've told you, so you know about it. I just don't know if I want millions of Americans to look at this and be like, "Oh, how dare her!"
Okay,
Oh,
I'll stop digging.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop on that
Are
one.
you pleading the fifth on this one?
I don't want to waste my plea to fifth because I don't know what you got underneath your belt because you got some damn juicy truth
But you're
questions.
not telling a secret. You're not telling a secret.
I,
Give us a less juicy secret.
a less juicy. I'm gonna use my plea to fifth on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my plea to fifth on this one because if I open my
Okay.
mouth, I might get myself in trouble.
Okay. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Check. It's
Damn
gone.
it! I think she done that on purpose, y'all. I think she was like, okay, let me just start with some semi-hard questions and make her think they're gonna be hard, and get that plea to fifth out of her, and she succeeded.
That way I can get to the bigger, badder questions, right?
Ugh. Let's do my next question. It's really not that juicy. Um. Okay. Let's see. Let me try and find one. Um. Have you ever kissed a girl?
Okay. So let me tell you what happened. What happened was
Well,
yes,
was.
yes, and not my doings. Okay. So I have a cousin. I won't say her name on here, and she's very distant. And one time we was at my house and we was getting ready and we was hanging out and we was teenagers, probably about 13 or 14. And we're getting ready and hanging out and blah, 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 and fixing hair. You know how teenagers do. Fixing hair, fixing makeup, da, 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 da. And I was looking at her hair and she's looking at mine. And I said, I look good, da, da, da. And she said, yeah, you look good. Do I look good? And I said, yeah. All of a sudden, this girl grabs my face, leans in and gives me a kiss and tries to slide me her tongue. I'm sorry. What just happened here? And I push her away and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Da 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 da. And she said, you're just looking so pretty today. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling you, the rest of the night, I felt really, really weird.
Oh
Again,
my god.
if you are part of the LGBTQ community, that is fine for you. It is not okay for me because that's not what I am. It'd be the same as if you're in that community, someone from the opposite sex trying to kiss you. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
regardless, it's not comfortable. And so very, very uncomfortable. Years later, when I was married to my first husband, uh, I get a phone call. My sister in law was babysitting our sons, and I get a phone call from my sister in law's number, and and it was her, and she said, "I'm sorry, I got this wrong. She was babysitting my sister-in-law's kids. And I got a phone call from my sister-in-law's number, and it was her, and she said, "Hey, do you remember who I am?" I said, "Yeah, I know who you are." And she was like, because I started breaking things off talking to her after that. I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of done." But anyhow, she told me, she said, "You remember I tried to kiss you all those years ago?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, I'm that now." I said, "What do you mean you're that now?" She said, "I'm a lesbian." And I said, "Okay, good for you." So, but she was like, "But I just want to apologize. What I did was wrong, and I miss you, and I want to be friends, and blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Yeah." But, no, but willingly, I never have, but forcefully, yes, I have.
Okay. Okay. That was juicy. That was juicy.
Still not pleading the fifth. Like I said, I am definitely an open book. I'll tell you anything. Okay, so for you,
Oh God.
hmm. Have you ever returned a gift or regifted a present? And if so, from who?
Damn, it couldn't just be the one part. It couldn't just be the
It's a
one part. I have to say who it
two-part
was
question.
from.
Yeah.
Do I have to say a name, or can I say it was from a friend or from a sibling or from a, like,
We
do I
want to know
have
the
to say the
name.
name?
We want to know the name.
Uh,
She's like,
Bridget.
she's like, "Damn, when this podcast is over, you're gonna be in lots of trouble."
I know. But it kind of wasn't a bad regifting, though. I did regift a gift because I had two of them, and it was from Bath and Body Works, and it was the Bath and Body Spray or whatever, the body mist, and it was the, God, what's it called, the Chinese Japanese cherry blossom or something like that. And I was like, man, I got two of these. I can give these away to somebody on for Christmas.
Who was it from, Holly? Oh.
I try to remember. Like, I got his memory thing, and it was somebody.
No, girl, you got a good memory. Don't you come off with that.
God, I mean, but you've been rubbing off on me.
Mm-mm.
God, who was it from? I mean, could have been from my aunt. Yeah, so it was from my aunt.
Which one?
Oh wait, she passed away. So my aunt Vicky.
You are lying on this podcast. It's called To Tell the Truth.
It
You
was from
must
my
tell
aunt
the
Vicky. She really is dead though. She died about 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, she died about 6 years ago. So I regifted it, and I didn't really like it. No, it was sweet pea. It was not the jasmine blossom, and I didn't like the way it smelled. And I already had a bottle, and I didn't need another one, so I gave it
Okay.
away.
I've done that
Sorry,
plenty
Aunt
of
Vicky. I just
times. Go,
apologize.
go
And
ahead. Your turn. You go ahead.
okay. Um, let's see. Let's see. I already asked you that one. That was a lying question. I forgot to mark it off. Okay. What gross smell do you enjoy? The most people will be like, "Oh, bitch, you is nasty."
Most gross smells I think are gross. Mm, What do you consider a gross smell? Let's see.
Like,
Farts. I think I like my. I think my own smart farts smell good.
even on the day after you've ate a chicken salad sandwich.
If the stinkier, the better when it comes to my own. But if you let it or somebody else lets it, oh, you nasty
Oh,
bitch, get the fuck away from me.
God.
My own farts smell good. Um, Let me think. But other
Oh,
than
my
that,
God.
other than that, gasoline. I think
We off
gasoline
guard
sometimes.
with that one.
What? What?
My dog can be sitting in my lap and I can fart and she gets up and leaves after I fart. So I know they got to be smelling right.
Bruro's farts stink.
Oh,
His stink. But I don't run from him. I just that's my baby farting. Um, I think gasoline smells good. I can't stand the smell of a skunk.
I was gonna say like that was more along the lines that I was leading to was, you know, like gasoline, matches, markers, whiteout, sharps. Well, Sharpies is a marker. You know, I was thinking like along the lines of that, but you know, I kind of wasn't thinking you were digging your own gas.
I think my own farts smell good.
Like even when they stink, you still like the smell.
Hmm.
Does it give you like this adrenaline rush? Like, oh yeah, come on, give me more.
Not quite all that excited about it, but
Ah,
like I can definitely roll up the window and make my husband smell it, and he has to he'll be cussing, and I'll be laughing and thinking that smells good. What you fussing about?
oh my god, I can't picture Mr. Ronnie cussing. Oh my god, I
Well, he
cannot.
doesn't anymore, but he used to. He'd be
Oh
like,
my
"Damn it, Bridget,
god.
thanks so bad."
So you would trap that nice man in the car and make him smell your rotten egg fart.
Yeah, I would hit the lock button.
Oh wow, poor Mr. Ronnie. That's a shame. That girl. Your turn.
Oh, let's see.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Gosh, she's
Mm.
gonna get me in trouble. I know it.
What do you value the most? What in life do you value the most? Like money, fame, success, friends, family, what?
My family and friends.
Okay,
Mm.
the number one. Just one of them. Which one's first?
Well, the only reason I say family and friends is because, like, my friends, I consider them family. So it would be family. Like you, I consider family. You know, Tammy, Heather, I consider them family. So it will be my family. You know,
Okay.
my family is what
I think a
is the
lot of
most
people would
important
say
thing.
that. Other than family or friends, what would come next? What would come third?
What will come third?
Hmm.
Um, God, probably maybe money.
Money.
But only reason not to sound greedy, but because everything costs money, and if you don't have like a decent paying job and make good money, you're really gonna struggle. You're not gonna be able to afford things. So I would have to say money just to make it through this life. To you've
True.
got to be kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
What's your number one?
Of course, my family and my friends. And then beyond that, to me, you ought to know the answer to this question. It's success. I try to be successful at anything I do.
Yeah,
Whether it makes me money or not, I just want to be successful. I don't the idea of failing at anything eats the shit out of me.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's a good way to be too because first of all, nobody likes to fail, but the drive, I've seen it personally, firsthand. The drive that you have with everything that you do, you put way beyond 110% in. So that's
Oh,
absolutely 110% true about you. And I admire that, though. I really do admire that.
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You are welcome. Oh, okay. This is a good one. It's not as juicy, but I am just curious. If you could become besties with a celebrity, who would it be?
Mm. I really think I just should name the first person that just came to the top of my head. And she's not really what you would say celebrity. She's more of a social media
Uh huh.
person. But Chelsea Lynn, which is Trailer Trash Tammy.
She is hilarious.
I've
She is
always
hilarious.
that's been like that's bucket list. If I could have her follow me and us be friends, I would be on cloud nine because I think me and you are a lot like her. You know what I'm saying? So I really think
Yeah.
that we would all get along great. But Chelsea Lynn, she's the very first person that came to my head.
I think we all would get along too. I've been following her like ever since I've been on TikTok, and she's so funny, and I love the redneck country character that she does. Like I could literally see us all hanging out, making a skit and making a TikTok or
Hmm.
something with her because she's down to
It,
earth and funny.
well, that's what I was going to say. I think the things that are, you know, attracts me the most are not like physically, but I'm saying just that I like her is the fact that like that bitch is not 100%, like 110% her. She's real as real.
She is. She don't care what people think of her. She's gonna be her and do what she wants to do.
Yeah, and I admire that in people. When I see that in people, I'm like that's my people right there
Yeah,
because
that's my
I
kind of
don't have
people I
to
want to hang out with.
wonder. Yeah, I don't have to wonder like when I'm around you, are you doing me right? Are you doing me wrong? Because what you see is what you get. So Chelsea Lynn, I would say
Yeah.
she's not really, but if I had to go like truly like, which I think she's famous, but if I had to go like truly, Hollywood movie star type person,
Yeah, who would you do for a movie star?
damn, see, I don't even know because. Probably Melissa McCarthy.
Really?
Hmm.
Do you know that's who I chose too?
Really?
Yes, when I was writing down that question, I was like, oh, who would I want to be besties with? And I said Melissa McCarthy because I bet she would have me laughing non-stop.
Yeah.
Not only is she gorgeous, she's cute as a button, but
Yeah.
she's so funny. She's
Yeah.
so freaking funny. I
Yeah. I would say
love her.
Melissa. Hmm. Yep. Definitely. Definitely. All right. Is it my turn?
Uh huh.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
I did have the pee in the pool.
Oh, you did?
If gun to your head, you had to get back with one of your exes, who would it be? Don't plead the fifth on this one, boo. You done use that shit up.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that as a nervous tick. Sorry.
Oh.
What? None
Mhm.
of them.
No, I said gun to your head. You have to.
They would just have to shoot me because none of them.
Oh, come
Because
on. You got to pick.
there's
Just put.
there's something about each one of them as
Okay,
to why I broke up with them sorry
gun to your
asses.
child's head. Gun to your child's head. You have to
That
pick.
was not a part of the question, ma'am. That was not a part of the
But
question.
you're passing on not really passing, but you got to get juicy. Come on, give me one. Gun to your
Honestly,
head.
like,
I should have said gun to your kid's head.
but you got to remember too, like one thing that you don't know about me. I mean, I know it probably sounds. I don't know how it's gonna sound, but like, I mean, I had like little boyfriends like here and there, but I didn't start having serious relationships till I turned 18.
But I'm saying
And
any ex. It don't have to be one that you were married to or real serious with. Just somebody you call boyfriend and girlfriend. Any ex.
God, but none of them.
Well, I know none of us would go back to any of it. I wouldn't go back to any of mine either. But if you put a gun to my kid's head, say let's say you put a gun to your kid's head, you have to pick one.
God, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I hate questions like this because I honestly don't know. And I'm literally sitting here thinking and running what small list of exes I have
And I know you're
down.
going to think no to any of them, but I'm just saying, gun to JoJo's head, you have to pick one.
Oh my God. I guess it'd be my first husband.
Your first husband, and what
Yeah,
was
I
his
guess
first
it
name?
would it
Just
would
his
be
first
that
name.
because I mean ended that marriage and it wasn't like he was horrible, but we just grew apart and stuff. So at least I knew if I went back, I knew what I was getting into with that, which wasn't bad. So yeah, it will be my first marriage.
Okay. What was his first name?
Chris.
Chris. Okay, so you go back to Chris. Okay.
What about you?
Is that your question?
Yes. What about you?
It wouldn't be my ex husband because he was abusive and a cheater. Um, my first true love. Mm, I'm trying to think of little people I dated in between. Mm,
It's hard, ain't it?
yeah, it is. It is because I'm like you. I wouldn't go back to any of them. But
Yeah.
if you put a gun to one of my kids' head,
Then you end having to choose. It's like, well, shit. I choose somebody.
hey, I guess I'll have to say the first guy I ever dated. His name was Brian.
Really?
Yeah, because I can't. There's like I'm drawing a blank for everybody else. I mean, I've got little boyfriends that popped up here and there, but all of them at this point are married. And if I say them, I still know their wives. They'd be like, "Why you want my man? I don't want your
Yeah.
man." So
Exactly.
I guess I would have to say that, but
And
it would
see,
literally have to be at the threat of a gun. I'm telling you.
my first husband, he lives in Canada, so I don't even talk to him. I have no idea if he's got a wife or not. And so if they watch this podcast, I don't care. But I felt like I was safe to say him. So yeah, he's in Canada, don't you know? So
There you go. How
because
funny.
how many we asked here? Let's see. I've done one, two, three, four, five. How many have you asked? I've asked six. I've marked off six.
One,
But I
two,
think
three,
I'm missing
four.
one. Maybe I've done seven.
I think I've got. I don't know. I've got more than that marked off because I marked off some of the ones you've asked
Do
that
we
I
have?
have
Okay.
same.
Okay. Well, we can go like what? Maybe
Just
two
keep
more
going.
questions apiece.
Yeah, two or three.
Um.
Two or three. Go ahead.
Okay.
Holly's ready. She ready to be done with this one. She ready to be done. These questions get too deep. I'm just ready to go.
okay. Who do you text the most?
Text them you.
That's my answer too. He was like, "That
Yeah,
wasn't a good question."
yeah, you. Cause ain't
I was like, "We're
nobody else
both."
won't talk to me that damn much.
I was like, "She's gonna say me," and I was like, if she asked me, it's gonna be her because we've listened to it all day. I just thought it was a cute question to ask when I saw it. And I was like, I'm gonna write that
Ah,
down.
how cute. Let's see. All right. What is your relationship deal breaker? Okay, so picture this. You're single.
Ooh.
You're single. Okay.
Okay.
You're not currently married. You're out on the dating scene. What is your relationship deal breaker?
God, I got a bunch.
I do too, but just give me like the top one or two or three.
Okay. Um, relation deal breaker. Stinky breath. You gotta have good teeth. Can't be walking around missing two or three and got like these black spots and stuff. I mean, I ain't got the straightest teeth, but I got teeth. Okay,
Right.
and smell. You've got to smell good. You cannot come up smelling like you just walked out of McDonald's and grilled some onions.
Mm.
So I would have to say my rule breakers are breath, teeth, and body odor.
Mine would be alcohol, smoking, and if you pull for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh wow, I went way too deep into mine. Thank God that when Jason watches this podcast, he's gonna be like, "Well, check, 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 check." The only thing with him, and I think it's so cute, is and I think it's hereditary too because like some of his kids have like the little gap, but he has like the tiniest little gap in between his two front teeth, and I think it's
Oh.
so cute. Like he doesn't look bad or anything like that. It's just the tiniest little gap, and I've always thought that was so cute about him.
Well,
To
I
me,
mean, what
that's
you're
sexy on
saying,
him.
the stuff you called out's true. Like my husband, I think he's good looking. He's got good teeth. We've spent a lot of money on his teeth, but he's got good teeth, and he smells good. I think my husband smells good even if he sweats. He has a sweet smell to him, like a natural sweet smell
Really?
to him. Yeah, my daughter has it too. She has a sweet smell to her that they both kind of have, and he just smells sweet. Even if he sweats, it smells good. That's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that is, and I love that about Jason because I pick at him so much because he uses more of my feminine products than he does his own. He uses my underarm deodorant, he uses my perfume, he uses my shaving cream, my razors, all of that. But he always smells good. It does not matter where he's going. When he walks out this door, he's gonna smell like a $2 whore. You know,
How
like
funny! How
he
funny!
always smells good.
That's funny. Okay, your
He is.
turn.
Um, let's see. This might be a good one. Okay. What excuse have you used before to get out of plans that was not true?
I'm sick.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do go with that one. I've never heard like any really. Most of the common ones that I have heard is I'm sick and I don't feel good. I got a flat, or my kid's sick. But I would have to say the most extravagant one that I've heard is somebody lying about a funeral, like saying their grandma or their aunt or something. Like, you've used that before. Have
Yeah,
you
when I
really?
was younger, I was working at Food Line and I was 15, and my friends wanted to go out that night, and they always had me scheduled for Friday and Saturday night, and so I came up with this bright ass idea to call in. Actually, I didn't. I had my friend Jeff, his mom, his mom called in and said that I would not be coming to work because my grandmother passed away. Okay.
Oh my God,
And
please don't tell me there was any bad karma from it.
yeah, my daddy whooped my ass.
Oh,
So it ended up, he didn't really whoop me. He fussed, and I got grounded and stuff. So, and I had to go back and tell him I was lying, and that was hard. So anyhow, so what happened was I went to the drag strip that night with Jeff and my other friends, and his mom had called and said that, and then my dad, they called my dad from work, and they said they wanted to know which funeral home it was because they would love to send flowers.
oh, you are not counting on that.
And we didn't have cell phones and stuff back then, and he didn't know where I was, so it was one of them things he had to just sit home and wait for me to walk in the door. So I come in that night,
Oh,
and he says, "How about you come in here and sit down and have a talk with me?" And I come sit down, and he said, "Who called Food Line and told them that your grandmother passed away?" And I'm like, why? And he said, because they said you stayed out of work tonight, and a grown woman called and told them that your grandmother had died. I said, I called. I never told him the truth. And he said, no, they said it was a grown woman. I said, Dad, I just tried to sound grown up. And he said, how do you sound grown up? And I cleared my voice and I said, yes, I'm calling for Bridget. And he was like, he just listened for a minute and he goes, well, you know that's wrong, don't you? And you know that's a horrible thing to say. And I said, I know, I know. And he said, and you're going to march up there to Food Line tomorrow, and you're going to walk in there, and you're going to tell them that you lied. And I'm like, oh God. So I had to go up there and tell him that I lied. And then I asked him, I said, but I'm supposed to work today. And they said, no, you ain't. You don't have a job here anymore. We're going to have to
Oh,
let you
you
go.
lost your
I
job.
lost my job and I got grounded.
Oh
I
no.
never did that again. From then on out, it's just
Oh,
been that I've been sick.
oh wow. But at least though, you were young. You were only 15. You were just a teenager. You were a kid. So it's not like you used it in your older years. So
Well,
that
my
that's
dad went through this whole
forgiven.
thing. He was like, what if something would really happen to your grandmother now? You would never forgive yourself. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think just because I say it, it's going to happen. But, so,
Right. Oh my God.
yeah, it
So
was
you got busted that same day. You didn't even get away with it for a little while.
well, yeah, that same evening I got busted with it. No, I didn't get by with it none at all.
So well, I will tell the truth.
I did cover the person who lied for me, though.
But that was sweet though. That was sweet because she did do you a favor, no sense, and get turning her in and getting her in trouble too.
No, exactly.
Okay, so all right, well,
So
that
it's your
that
turn,
actually
right?
was a. I was not expecting that at all.
All right. So here's another one. If you were going to be on a reality TV show, what would it be?
Big Brother,
Big Brother?
Big Brother, hands down. I have watched. They're on season 25 right now, and I have watched from season one. I've not missed a season. Girl, me and my mama and Tammy, literally, this was years ago. They tried their best to get me to apply, and we printed out the application. The application was like that damn thick, and I never sent it in, but I filled it out. And you're supposed to do like a video. But I've always wanted to be on Big Brother. That is my
Oh,
favorite reality show.
mm.
Well, I know you don't watch much TV, but is there a reality show that you've watched or that you know about that you'd like to be on? That you would be like, oh, I could do that reality show.
Okay, if you talk about a reality show that's like my life, it would be Jerry Springer. If
You are not the father.
but if it was one that I wanted to be on, like I said, I don't watch a lot of them. I don't know.
I feel like I had to sneeze.
Probably. I couldn't do Survivor. I couldn't do that, and I couldn't do that. The other one where you have to go through. What's that one?
Amazing Race.
Yeah, I couldn't do any of those.
I
I'm
think
not
you would be good
physically.
on Big Brother.
I've
You
never
would be.
seen it. I don't even know what it's about.
So Big Brother is basically they take X amount of people and they put them in this house and you're secluded from the outside world, TV, telephones, all that. And you're in there for about 2.5 to 3 months. So like this season, I think they started off with, God, I don't know if it's 16 people or whatnot. But anyway, every week somebody gets voted out. Every week there becomes a head of household who nominates two people and they put them on the block. Those two people then play what is called POV, power of veto. If one of those nominees wins, they can take themselves off the block, and then the head of household puts somebody up. But it's not. I mean, they can have some tough endurance competitions, but it's nowhere near like Survivor or Amazing Race. A lot of theirs is mental competitions as well. And I just think that you would do good and you form alliances. You got
Mm.
to like look somebody in the face and like lie to them and say, oh no, I'm not with this person. You're my final two. Knowing on the right side, you got Sarah Sue, who you're like, you're my ride or die bitch. We're going to the end. I could see you doing good
Do you
on
think
that.
I'd be a good liar? So anyhow,
Oh, we're
so
not
anyhow,
in that sense though, but in
I
going
will tell
going
you.
forward.
Now that you're saying that, it was the one that I'll tell you the reality show I'd like to be on. But I think they film it in another country or Canada. I can't remember what. But it was the one Shelly Belly comedy was on, and that was that you talk to the TV like what you're saying. You go in there, but you're all in separate rooms, and you either go in as yourself or you go in as somebody else.
Really?
You either go in as yourself or you
Do
pretend
you
to be
go in
some.
as a mole? Is it the mole?
No, it ain't the mole. If I hear it, I'll know the name of it.
She was on
Dadgummit.
a reality show
Yeah.
recently, or
A couple years ago, it was season 3 of it. It was
oh, I
season
did not
3.
know that.
Yeah, it was season 3. God, what was the name of that? I don't. Yeah, I think they still have it, but I think they still have it. But what you do, you go in and you either say, "I'm going in as myself," or you say you're going in as like you can even be the opposite sex and come up with a name or anything. And all you do is type on the circle. That's it. It's called the circle.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, the circle. That's what I would be on. I'd be on the circle. I think I would do good with it because it's
Really?
sort of like you're saying Big Brother is. You'd have to convince people of things and
Yeah,
yada 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 and all this stuff.
yeah. I could see. Like, I mean, I think me and you will make one hell of a team. On Big Brother, we probably could take that shit to the final too.
I'd wind up with a lot of enemies because if it came to winning a lot of money, and I'm gonna spend 3 months doing something, I'm cutthroat. I will tell you anything. I will lie. I will lie good.
Right. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. We would do good. We would do good on
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more question. This is gonna be my final question. And let's see. I've got it narrowed down. This answer I already know, so I'm not gonna ask it. We'll talk about this another time. Um, let's see. Let me see. Let me see, guys. Um, what's the weirdest thing that you do when you're alone that nobody knows about? Not even Mr. Ronnie.
Well, Mr. Ronnie knows I do this, but I mean, I'm trying to think of something that nobody. See, I'm like you.
We open books.
I, I mean, I do masturbate, but he knows about that. I mean, you asked, but I'm trying to think of something.
Cut, cut. Oh my god.
When you asked.
Oh god.
Um, I mean, you ought to be careful
Are
with
you
your
doing
damn
it
questions.
now? You're not
No,
alone. You're not alone.
no, you ought to be careful with your questions because I'm gonna be honest. But let me think. I'm trying to think of something I do. I don't have anything that I do that my husband don't know I do.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um.
So
Well, no.
you can't tell me you don't masturbate.
I honestly can tell you I don't, and I'm not embarrassed to
What?
say it because of where I work at. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've tried it, but it does nothing for me.
Oh, well,
I'd
then you
rather
ain't
have.
doing it right. Go in that store and get you some of them toys. Okay.
I've done toys. I've used so much stuff like now. I like the little bit of suction toys, like not the rose, but I like the satisfier. But I don't know. It just I'm everybody because they're like, oh, I bet you got so many toys because of where you work at. And da 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 da. Honey, I got a closet full of toys, but I don't use them. I'm not really into them. Like I'd rather just have him and that be it. I've never.
Well, you
I
got to
don't know.
realize
It
my
does nothing
husband's
for
been a
me.
truck driver for 20 some years of our
Oh,
marriage.
that's a lot of time. Well, a long time, and a lot of times that you're alone.
Yeah. So that's just something, but that's something I've always took part in and enjoyed.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, And I've met quite a few females that come into my shop and they don't do it either, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't either, and I'm like, okay, so nothing's wrong with me, and they'll say the same thing. They're like, I just don't do it for myself.
So okay, so we gonna go here. Well, no, never mind. I ain't gonna go there. Let me just skip to. I can't think of anything that I do that is would nobody would know about.
Yeah,
Um, like I said, I that would be probably but a lot of people know about that too. I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind saying that, but um, so I don't know. I can't think of anything that would be, and I hate not giving you an answer. I would like to try to come up with something, but I can't think of anything that I do that nobody knows I do. I
Yeah,
sing in the shower. That's not a big deal.
same
I
here.
do, yeah, I do sing and stuff like that. I make up funny songs all the time, either to Ruger or to myself. I talk to my dog a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, like I
Oh,
have
my
full
God.
blown
Yeah,
ass.
same here.
Yeah, I have full blown ass conversations with him. Like I'll be like, Ruger, what do you think the weather's gonna be like today? Oh, you know, like we have a
Yeah, so
conversation.
Gracie, what you want to do today?
Yeah, exactly.
But you know
Um,
what, though? I think this right here, this episode kind of, I don't think it's going to make us boring. I think people are just going to see that, damn, they really are who they say they are, and
stay
they are
there.
truthful and open books. Like we share
Stay.
everything about us, you know?
Exactly. So I want to end with my question. You said you had one last. I got one last, and this is a
Yeah,
doozy.
what's your question?
This is a doozy. And you can't pass, and you can't play the fifth, and you got to
Yeah,
answer
I
it
done used
truthfully.
that one.
Have you ever broke the law? And if so, what were you doing?
Never broke the law. Yes. I cut through, but now this cop was being a butthole, and that's a whole nother story.
This is what you gonna give me a traffic violation?
Yeah. Um. So, you know how when you're supposed to go through to the red light, right? And stuff, you're not supposed to cross over and go into another parking lot and leave. I did that, and I got pulled, but the
That's
guy
called.
did
You know
it
what
on
that's
purpose.
called, don't you?
Huh?
That's called an SO asshole.
Esta Awa.
SO asshole. The reason they
Uh
call it that is because there used to be a gas station years and years ago called the Esso gas station, ESSO. And
huh.
when people would cut through the parking lot to avoid the stoplight and go out the other side, they'd call them the Esso asso.
Really?
Hmm.
How do you know that? And I don't know that.
I don't know.
I've never heard of that before. But I
Yeah.
didn't get a ticket, but he pulled me. And I did get mouthy, and I said, "You're just being a dick." I said, "You're only pulling me for a particular reason. And we both know you're upset. So you're not going to give me a ticket, and I'm going to leave now." And I left. Because he had no right to give me one. He literally could not give me one because of some things about this particular person. So, yeah.
Ah,
But, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, all right, y'all. I know this was an odd show,
So
but
wait, you ain't gonna ask me if I broke the law?
oh my God, can I? Yes.
Yeah.
If you plead the fifth,
No, I'm not. I will
have
tell. I
you?
told you. I hadn't even used my plead the fifth tonight.
No, you
Yes, I broke
haven't.
the law. So I broke the law. Like I've ran from the law before. Okay. The other thing is when.
Bridget.
Yeah, I ran from the law. When we were teenagers, me and a couple other friends, I won't say their names, we used to think it was the funnest fucking thing to shoplift. And so we would shoplift and try to get by with it, and several times almost got caught, and luckily my dad got a hold of me on that one and was like, you better quit that, and my friends got caught and I didn't. And yeah, I stopped doing that too. And let's see, what else have I done? when i
Wait.
used when I used to
So
work as a
who did
cashier, huh?
you did get caught or you didn't get caught?
No, my friends did, I didn't.
You did. Oh, okay, okay.
And then when I used to work as a teenager at a restaurant, I used to steal money out of the cash register.
Oh.
And I'm trying to think what else
Did
I've
you did you get caught with that?
nope. I've never got caught for anything I did wrong.
I thought. Wait, I thought the question was, have you ever got caught?
No, it says, have you ever broken the law?
Oh, not being caught. Okay, never mind. Because I was like, wait a minute. Okay, I'm waiting for you to tell me the story where the cops got your ass. Wait, I want to hear about you running from the cops.
That was because I was speeding and he went to try to catch me, and I sped up, and it almost turned into a high speed chase. But I went sideways and went on this one road and turned my lights off, and he flew past me. Then I sat there for a long time and went on down through there a little bit, and then I went off to another side road and I sat there for a little bit, and then finally about 30 minutes later, when I thought the coast was clear, then I came out.
Bridget.
I've done that a lot.
Why are you running from the cops?
Because I was speeding and I didn't want a ticket.
Don't you know if they catch your ass, it's gonna be a hell of a ticket then? How
Yeah,
many times? How many times have you done that?
quite a few.
When you say quite a few, how many?
When I was when probably my young age up into 20 something, probably about 3 times.
What have you done it since you're older,
No, I wanted to when I got caught for doing 103 and a 65, and
ma'am?
that was just a couple years ago.
Somebody come take her license.
Listen, I did
Well,
get a
I
prayer
still,
for
Mr.
judgment
Ronnie
on it.
drives everywhere now.
He does. But it was because I had just gotten my car, my new car. Not this one, it was the one before this one. And I was on the interstate and it was pretty open and I just kind of opened it up to see how fast I could get and I hit 103 and then the cop came after me and he goes, "You know how fast you was going?" And I said, "I pretty well think I topped 100." And he said 103 to be exact. And I said, "Okay." So he wrote it for 80 and a 65, or no, 85 and a 65, which was still 20 over. And then I went and got a lawyer and got it reduced to like 10 over. I think it was, no, prayer for judgment. Sorry, prayer for judgment.
Oh, wow, because they would have ate your ass up on that ticket, wouldn't they?
Yep.
Damn. See, I couldn't do stuff like that because my dad was chief of police of our town for like 15, 16, 17 years. We had a judge who was an uncle, a judge who was a mayor. We couldn't get away with shit.
Well, that to me would just been a ticket to do it all and get by with
Yeah, exactly.
it. Because I'm just going to tell
God,
you right now, that would have just made me see. I was always more the testing type person.
I'm
So
gonna push
just
your
knowing I
limits.
had a
Yeah.
dad as a cop, I would have did it just to see if I could get by with it.
Now, I mean, I did be a little rebellious where me and Tammy were going to the clubs. I was 15 and 16, and I was drinking, and she was taking me to the clubs, and they did find out. They did find out like a year later. But
So
needless
wait a
to
minute.
say,
You drink underage?
yeah,
Okay, that's breaking the law, and you give me a fucking traffic ticket. That's all you
yeah.
gave
But
me was.
every teenager, I feel like, does that when they're underage. They do underage drinking. The Mad Dog. You remember Mad Dog 2020?
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was the
Orange
sickest
Jubilee,
I've ever
baby.
been. That's the sickest I've ever been.
I can't. I will never ever drink that again. I've not drank that since I was like 16, and I'm 44 now. Like, oh,
Same.
just thinking about it, I can smell it right now, and it's just nauseating.
Dang.
That was, oh, ugh, yeah.
Well,
But
we've learned a lot of interesting things, and people know that I'm awful from the core out.
we know that Bridget loves her own farts, whether they're stinky or not, and she loves to masturbate, and she runs from the cops in hides. Oh god! But y'all, on that note, we hope that you enjoyed tonight's podcast. Again, don't forget if you have not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe. Click that notification bell. Next episode is going to be significant others giving social media attention. Is it okay or not? And now I'm going to let Bridget go into detail of what that means.
Well, basically, we're going to kind of be covering if your significant other is given somebody of the opposite sex, if you're heterosexual, or of the same sex, if you're homosexual. How does that make you feel when they're doing that? On top of it, we're going to even discuss just giving social media attention, period. Like, are they spending too much time on Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, whatever they're doing? Are they giving more attention to that than they are you? And does that bother you? So we're going to cover all those topics. Y'all make sure you tune in, okay?
Yes, on that note, y'all have a good night, and we will see you next week.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. And we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.